Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you've been making your way on and catching some of the content, you know I'm pretty aggressive on preparing you guys in whatever endeavors you seek out in your life. It doesn't necessarily have to be investing. Obviously, this is an investing-centric channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about finding your passion. And for anybody that's new to the channel, you're going to find really quick that investing in and of itself is mine. I've sought out a lot of different things over the course of my life. I definitely consider myself a searcher. I was a searcher for a long time, but investing has always been right there, and it's been something that I've evolved with over the course of my life. Certainly feel like I'm answering the call when it comes to my particular passion. I'm going to walk through some of the things that help me chronicle why I deem investing my passion. And hopefully a lot of you guys can navigate this exercise with me, and maybe it can help you identify yours. And maybe it's reading a book, maybe it's personal finance, maybe it's physical fitness, maybe it's diet. You know, a lot of you guys like to devote a lot of your time to maybe cooking, providing for your family, etc. I think the real secret to life is understanding that we have an obligation to ourselves to find what it is that makes us click. And it's a scary proposition for a lot of people because I'm a realist. I don't know if everybody's going to find that one thing that they've been put here on earth to do, but search. All right? Dare to dream a little bit. Make sure that you're pursuing those avenues that perk up your curiosity. I know there's a lot of people who come into the channel, and hopefully this is part of one of many intangible benefits that I think we push out there on the Independent Investor channel, and that is this. You can succeed in anything in your life, investing just being one of them. If you just look at things from a positive perspective, and I see people all the time who always are in this negative, self-consuming type of behavior, and it becomes commonplace. It really does. And I think the quicker you can break out of that, seek out channels like mine or others if you see fit, but get yourself over that hump. Get yourself to that point where you're looking to find your passion. Guys, let's kick it off. Number one for me is a part of you. When I started entering into the self-directed investing road, it clarified and really cleaned up a lot of what I thought the investing world or opportunity had to offer at the time. I had been investing for a long time, evolved very slowly because there wasn't a lot of opportunity there outside of seeking your representation through a financial planner. And you guys know I had been with previously 3 brokers before I went with my 4th, which is Merrill at the time. But what really bothered me is I would always look forward to my financial checkup, you know, once every year to go sit down with a financial planner. And in retrospect over that, I really wasn't realizing the full benefits of my passion at that time. It really didn't allow me the opportunity or set me up for success by treating my passion in that particular manner. Now, I think a lot of people, when they look at investing in and of itself, I think they look at that as being the end game. They look at that as, I'm going to put this on the shelf and deal with it as least as I can. That's sometimes the way I look at others and how they approach investing, is that it's one of those things that they just want to put aside and they want to deal with it when they have to deal with it once a year when they go in and they deal with the financial planning, and it's like, oh my goodness, here we go again. We've got to go in and we've got to meet with the planner, and yep, we're on track, and boom, once that appointment is done, you can forget it. Investing is the complete opposite for me. Do you live it day to day? Whatever it is that you do you live your passion day to day, whether it be fitness, cooking? I've identified a few. Do you read every day? Is that a passion of yours? Do you like to research? Is it something that gives you that spark to maybe stay up a little bit later at night, just working on your passion, not because you're forced to do it, but because it feels like the right thing to do. That's living your dream. I think for a lot of you guys that maybe are new to the channel, and for the folks that have been with me for a couple years, I think you'll understand that my perspective on seeking out my passion and enjoying my passion and finding my passion is really the way I can define success for myself, in that I'm already there. I'm already there. Now I'll continue to strive aggressively toward my goals. But living my passion every single day makes me a happy and content person. It really does. And I'll continue to search for those other things as well. I'm at that point where not only is it my passion, but I'm trying to share it with others as well and spark up some of those fires that I know do exist in other folks. And it can spark that curiosity to whatever degree you choose. It can be a very small avenue, or it can be a very large avenue. For me, it is in fact a day-to-day activity. So I would encourage each and every one of you guys that if it's going to be a day-to-day activity, make sure it's something that you enjoy. All right. Number 2, can you teach it? This is an interesting one. Can you teach how to write a book? Can you teach how to be more fiscally disciplined? Can you teach people how to invest? And I think the common place in all of this is you probably have a lot of time in the trenches learning and going through so many mistakes that you've learned to find those best work practices in whatever passion it is that you pursue, okay? Can others benefit from those streamlined procedures that you've identified in the trenches? You know, when nobody's watching, you're exercising your passion with a ferocity that is unmatched. And you're doing it not because you're forced to do it, but because it feels like the right thing to do. Can you teach others? And the third thing is, can others learn it? You can teach all you want, and there's a lot of poor teachers out there. There's a lot of great teachers. There's a lot of great teachers / motivators out there that can measure the level of success not by nature of their own success and identifying what works in their particular area of expertise, but can they teach the material and can others learn it? And what I mean by that is, as a master of your craft or somebody who's found their passion, the level of success that you render doesn't get to be determined by the one teaching the material. It doesn't. It gets to be rendered by the number of people who can take and duplicate that level of success. That's the real key to success. Can it be taught? And can people learn the material? Or is it so advanced that only a few people can scale the material and learn it, deploy it, and enjoy some of the successes that maybe you've enjoyed? Maybe they're carbon copying, right, the blueprint that you've put in front of them, and they've deployed that blueprint, and therefore they're rendering some of the same, if not better, results. There's another one. There's a real potential there for folks, and you know, the investing landscape for me is a really interesting one. I've just tried to tackle probably the greatest mystery out there, that of which I've never come across anybody that have solved the mystery of investing. But certainly to streamline down and separate the gray matter into black and white, and understanding what of those things that are going to give you the best chance of success, and avoid some of that stuff that's going to be misleading and detract from your focused effort on the things that do work, right? Very, very important, guys. I think when you're looking to find your passion, I think number 4 here, you need to make sure that your topic of choice is relevant. And what I mean by that is it relevant to you, okay? it doesn't necessarily have to go through a checks and balances of being relevant to other people. If you like to research history, okay, that doesn't need to be relevant to everybody else. It needs to be relevant to you. Is it truly a passion that aligns with what it is you're trying to get out of that particular passion? And make no mistake, it's like running, okay? The act of running for me is pain and suffering, okay? The reason why it's relevant to me is the feeling that I get after I run, okay? It's the byproduct of the passion that you choose, all right? You become a history buff. The byproduct is such that you may go through hours and hours of research, and the byproduct is that you become more educated on your particular topic. That's a beautiful thing. Is it relevant? All right, very, very important. Number 5, this is key in identifying your passion, and I think a lot of people become a searcher, like I talked about, and they begin trying to pursue a passion in their life. And they pursue an avenue for a while, and then the ebb and flow of your motivation sinks in, and you don't know how to deal with it, okay? I'm going to tell you right up front, those ebbs and flows that are going to affect you in your life, what I mean is you're going to go through periods where you're really, really motivated. I go through it on the channel all the time. Boom, boom, boom. I'm cranking out content. I'm firing away. I'm engaging with the community. Boom, 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 boom. And then life is going to happen, right, where you're going to catch an ebb of motivation, okay? I think people may be potentially full of it if they can come to me and sell me on the idea that you can be motivated in 6th gear all the time. And I'm a very motivated person, but to give you some level of insight into my inner workings, I go through these ebbs and flows, and it's going to be something that you're going to have to fight through to maintain that passion, okay? Come out on the other side and be able to recognize when you've got those periods of motivation and learn how to capitalize on them. And when you're going through those periods of ebbs, learn how to capitalize from that. That could be kind of yourself telling you that, hey, you need to take a break or you need to throttle back. Or maybe what I do during my ebb periods is I go do something else. I'll hit the gym. It's a perfect example because you can't sit there and drive on your passion all the time. Drive. It'll get stagnant. It really will. So life is dynamic. And I think the key is to embrace that dynamic nature by tricking your mind a little bit. Tricking your mind and allowing yourself to remove yourself from that passion. And that way you can deal with the ebbs and flows that you'll get on the motivation side. That's, in fact, how you will remain motivated over the long term, all right? The last thing I want you guys to think about is the passion that you choose in life is going to be infinite, okay? It's not going to be something that you're going to be able to master. It's going to be something that you're always continually challenged to evolve in, okay? I'm giving you guys some insight on how I approach investing, how I approach the independent investor channel, how I approach my engagement with my audience. There's always one more. There's always one more person that if I say the right thing, or I write the right comment, or I motivate somebody in just that right way. And trust me, guys, I strive. I really do. I really try to reach that next person in line. But the reality is it's an infinite topic. I'm never going to get to everybody. But it's the journey that really keeps my fuel fired and the acknowledgement that my passion is in fact infinite, but my time that I have to devote to this project is 100% limited. And that's my acknowledgement that you only have one shot at this deal. You only have one shot at this life. And that finite aspect of dubbing life finite in and of itself should absolutely give you that motivation and fire that you need to pursue that infinite passion that I'm looking for you guys to define in your life. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into the video, Finding Your Passion. Man, this is very, very important to me. If you like the message that we're putting through, hit the subscribe button for us, leave the comments at the bottom of this video, and share the video with anybody who you think may be inspired by the message that we're putting through here on the channel, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the video, and good luck in your investment future.